Well, former President Trump said yesterday that he could easily be the prime minister of Israel in a post on his Truth Social account, adding that Jewish people in the U.S. should be more appreciative of what he has done for Israel. U.S. Jews have to get their act together and appreciate what they have in Israel before it is too late, he said. Now, the mainstream media is attacking him, accusing him of anti-Semitism.
On this anti-Semitic screed that Donald Trump went on yesterday, a lot of observers saying that I saw yesterday, at least conservatives, saying this was his worst anti-Semitic rant yet. To do that and then to say basically they better get their act together before it's too late, it certainly does sound ominous.
Now, to a lot of people, he was very pro-Israel. In fact, he was the president that actually moved the embassy to Jerusalem, tore up the Iran agreement, forged the Abraham Accords. That's the biggest treaty between Arabs and Israel, at least in recent years. Here to discuss, distinguished professor at Touro University, Thane Rosenbaum. Thane, what's your take on what's going on here?
Well, Bob, the whole thing is ludicrous. As you quite correctly pointed out, President Trump is not anti-Semitic, and he has probably been the most pro-Israel president in American history. And he's quite correct when he says that American Jews, and frankly all Americans, not just evangelicals, should show more support and appreciation for Israel because it's the one democracy within a sea of theocratic nations that hate America and hate democratic values. So it's a comment he's made before about American Jews not supporting Israel enough in their support for the Democratic Party and for their rejection of Donald Trump himself. And he's right. Frankly, even if you're not voting for Donald Trump and you have problems with Donald Trump, if you're Jewish, you should be thanking him. You should still thank him for his support for Israel. And Jewish support, American Jewish support for Israel is not a sign of dual loyalty. It's double loyalty. You wouldn't say that about Irish people having feelings for Ireland or Italian people having feelings for Italy. You wouldn't say that. You would say, look, Israel is the one Jewish country on the planet that would accept Jews as citizenship without condition.
And I think it also, as I observe it, it seems like sometimes he gets annoyed with New York liberals, some of them Jewish, who don't vote for him, and he feels like they should because of what he's done. So we'll leave that conversation there and switch it to Kanye West, who maybe a little different twist on social media platforms like Instagram and Twitter. They locked out Kanye West over his anti-Semitic comment about going DEFCON 3 on Jewish people. Now, there's more that went on than just that one tweet, but what's your take on Kanye?
Well, look, as I was saying before, with the clips that you showed are interesting because the press doesn't seem to be interested in anti-Semitism unless they can pin it on Donald Trump. There's spiking record anti-Semitism in the United States, and it's particularly concerning in the African-American community, like Kanye West. A year ago, we saw this with professional basketball and football players, African-Americans, and rappers, as is Kanye West, and of course the Squad and the Congressional Black Caucus and the leadership of Black Lives Matter. They have been actually trafficking in anti-Semitic tropes and libels. And so these are truly acts of anti-Semitism, not calling attention to the lack of Jewish support for Israel, but literally engaging in the kinds of libels and slanders that have been going on for 2,000 years against Jews. And again, disturbingly, by African Americans, given the solidarity that Jews showed during the 1960s civil rights campaign on behalf of African Americans.
Yeah, good point. Thane Rosenbaum, thank you.
Thank you, Bob.
All right, coming up, crime and chaos in Mr.